Hi, it's Lois, no cruise control on Scarlet Lady. It's midnight on the day I embarked, which is Friday. I thought I'd do a little vlog now, so I don't forget. Embarkation was really good. I got to, where did I go? I got the train to Portsmouth from London, from Waterloo, which was good. Very easy, no delays. Got to Portsmouth station, was going to use Uber to get a taxi, but it seemed to be taking forever, so I just got a taxi that was there at the station. Have a glass of water. Aren't the glasses beautiful? Got the cab to, so Scarlet Lady is embarkation procedure was probably a little bit complicated, but it worked perfectly for me, but it didn't for everyone. I went to, so you had to go to a park and ride off a motorway in Portsmouth. The taxi driver took me there, and he must have taken people before, because he was like, oh, you're going on a cruise ship? Yes. So I went to this park and ride, and then at the park and ride he dropped me off, and then, so if anyone wants to know, a taxi was about £7, which is probably expensive, but he helped me a lot with my luggage and stuff. Not that I had a lot, but he was very cheerful and nice gentleman. Dropped me off, and then at the park and ride I checked in. So I was dropped off, I wasn't driving, so the driving check-in would be very different. I think the walking check-in was more worked better, shall we say. So I dropped off my case, then we got a luggage tag put on it whilst they checked my name was on the list, and then they put it in a van, and the next time I saw it was in my cabin, and it arrived in my cabin before I did. So then what did I do after that? So I got rid of my luggage and then went on a coach, and then the coach took me to the testing centre. So got off the coach at the testing centre, which was like, I don't know, like another car park with marquees up in. So the first marquee you go to, and you're in a queue, but I wasn't in a queue for long, and checked in, showed my passport and COVID vaccine proof. Then you got moved into the next marquee where you actually had your test done, the COVID test, lateral flow. Yeah, most of us are so used to doing them now. Then, which I quite liked, she kept me until the control line had showed up, because then I was like, oh, that's good. I'm not like massively positive. I mean, I'm well, so I shouldn't be. But yeah, so then after the test, you're then sent on to another marquee where there are seats and you socially distance, and names are called out continuously. Basically, names of negative tests. So you're like invited to come up to the front. Some people got given their C-bands there. I didn't. Mine was in the port building. And then I was given a purple band around my wrist to say I was negative. Also got emailed with my results as well as having my name called out. And then I got on a bus that took me to the port. I think car parking happens at some point in that for people that are driving in. I then went to port. There was then another kind of check-in. They showed a passport again, I think, and then I got my C-band, which you can see here, and mine says feeling naughty. It's very big. I mean, I've got fat wrists, but fat everything, but it's very yeah, big. So if you're very slight and petite, like, I think you're gonna wrap it around a few times. Then security, usual, you know, X-ray machines, and then onto another bus, and then onto the ship. My check-in was about, I don't know, an hour to 90 minutes. It was really, really good, really quick. So then I got on board, and I came straight up to my cabin. So I had booked a solo insider cabin, but I was very grateful to receive an upgrade to a sea terrace a few weeks ago. So I knew I was coming to a sea terrace because I had the cabin number. I'm actually in a sea terrace right next to a massive corner suite. I don't know what the formal name for it is, but it's beautiful. I was here before them, so I had a peek round on the balcony. I'll pop a picture up here. But I mean, I couldn't have a suite travelling on my own. You imagine the solo supplement on a Rockstar suite travelling alone, because again, my husband doesn't get the same leave I get. But I don't feel bad for him. Next weekend I'm taking him on a cruise. He's coming on Morella with me, and I am probably going to be booking Valiant Lady whilst on board. There are quite a lot of offers, so yeah, you know, I mean, most of you watching this are also cruise addicts. I can't turn down a good offer, especially as there's a great cruise. Hopefully by the time I show this to other people, I'll have already booked Valiant Lady, but there's a great cruise next Easter, which if you do like normal office work, like my husband does, actually no, that's a lie, he's on call sometimes, but generically most of the time, office work, you can go on Valiant Lady for 3 nights to Bruges and not have to take any days of annual leave, because it's over Easter. Yeah, so looking at booking that. I've forgotten what I was saying. So, oh yeah, got into the cabin. I was thanking, wasn't I, for the upgrade of the cabin. So then when I came into the cabin, there was a card here. You can see, a Virgin Voyages card. And I'm like, ooh, that looks exciting. What's in that? And then it's a very kind little note. It's not really specifically for me, but it's handwritten, so I can't imagine everyone's had one. I think Steph has had one. Ahoy sailor, welcome on board. This is your key to Richard's rooftop. Have a wonderful voyage. Yeah. Don't know if you can see that. So that was super exciting. And then in there is this key. So then I was like, right, well, I've got to go and see if that works. So up I go. So I'm right on the aft of the ship, right next to the back, the suites. So Richard's rooftop is right at the front. So I'm like, right, I'm going. So up I went, and then there's like a door, you know, to get into, and I was like, oh, this is gonna look so embarrassing if it doesn't work and I'm just here trying to get in. Especially when so I worked out the red bands are like as people in normal cabins, insides, outsides, sea terraces, and then if you're in a suite you've got a black one. So it's like people would be like, why is she getting in? But luckily the ship was more or less empty, so it was great. So in I went, and my card worked. Sat down, I popped the thing here, nice big sort of day bed, and just enjoyed the view and the atmosphere. Had a frosé, which was nice. Yeah, very civilised. Then I think I came back to cabin, sorted myself out a bit. Oh, I had Buster drill. So you watch the safety video, which is typically like Virgin Voyages. It's amazing. In your cabin, and then you go and swipe in your muster station. Sat on the balcony for a bit in the hammock, which is amazing. I didn't try it in February because it was wet and windy and horrible, but it's nice. So tried it and it's amazing, so comfortable. I sat there, and I'm next to a cabin, a sea terrace, not the suite way, the other way, with two semi-famous, like, I don't know, what's the word? I don't know, they've got like about 20,000, 40,000 followers, lifestyle bloggers. Now, or influencers, I don't follow them, but I was aware that they existed, and I could hear people like talking about stories and hashtags and thinking, oh, somebody's next door to somebody. Then they started bitching, not about this ship, they thought this ship was amazing, but they started bitching about a cruise line that I'm going on in October, and they'd been on a press trip, I think, like recently. Basically, I mean, I like any cruise. Give me Cunard with a harpist and a string quartet and I'm happy, but give me a DJ here and I'm equally really happy. Do you know, I'm just happy with anything. Happy to be on a ship, I don't care like what's going on. But yeah, I mean, they were giving it some about a cruise line, which I think is going to be like lovely. I've never sailed on them. But yeah, do you know when you feel like I want to stand up for that cruise line because I think they're fabulous and their PR are definitely fabulous, and then you're like, no, it's not my pace to. I'll just keep quiet. And I guess because I'm cruising solo, I listen and hear and nosy. Anyway, I then went for dinner and I went to the test kitchen. Now as I was there and there was no queue, but just waiting to like check in, I heard it, oh, are you Lois? Turned around and it was Julian, a cruise like blogger from Twitter, and his husband. So I was and sat down and we expected to be sat differently, but actually I don't know, because we were talking, they sat as like the test kitchen has seats like around the kitchen sort of area as well as tables, and they sat as there and then sat as like next to each other, but social distance, but next to each other, excuse me. So it's very nice. They were lovely. We had a really good dinner. I hope they did too. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice talking about cruises. Do you know what I find with cruise bloggers? It's just lovely because you can sit there and talk, because you both know that you all love cruising. Well, I don't know if he's a blogger or not actually, but he does take a lot of photos and nice, goes on lots of cruises. And yeah, it's nice, you can just talk about cruises and it's no one-upmanship. I always find if you share a table on the cruise, but then of course I'm talking about P&O, people are like one-upmanship, and it's like, I've no time for that. We were talking about our Silver Sea cruises up and coming. They've got one as well. They've got two. My Seabourn, and how I'm excited about Caviar and the surf. They were telling me all about Regal Princess and Morella and Disney. Oh, it's just lovely to have a chat with some just genuinely nice guys. I really hope, I was saying to them, I hope like when you come on a cruise and you bump into someone, you should never then see them. If you bump into them on the first day, you never then see them for like the rest of the cruise. So I was like, I really hope I'll bump into you again because you seem really lovely. So yeah, hopefully I will. Then I've just taken some photos. I went down to the dock, took some photos. I was supposed to be going to a show by the sex doctor lady on board, some sort of cabaret show. But I got out the test kitchen about 15 minutes after it started, and I was like, something like a sex cabaret game showy type thing. I don't want to go in and be the one going in late, because like, especially on my own, because it's going to be like an easy target maybe for anyone, audience participation or something, and I'm like, no. So I didn't go there. Went to the dock for a bit. It was beautiful, the view, and took some photos on my new phone. So I treated myself to an upgrade, because I killed my last phone on Iona, and the night mode on this phone is insane. Like, I don't know how it gets pictures like this. I'll show you from pitch black. I don't understand. But yeah, sorry, not sorry for the probably nighttime Scarlet Lady spam. But yeah, I've ordered some breakfast for tomorrow morning because I thought I'd be greedy and have some breakfast in the room. Greedy? Not really greedy. Antisocial maybe. Supposed to have a bridge visit tomorrow, which is going to be exciting. We'll see if that happens. Hopefully I'll take some photos. I'll do a cabin tour at some point as well. Yeah, well, thank you for watching. Hopefully future vlogs on board will be me rambling a bit less and giving you a bit more information. I had pairing cocktails on my test kitchen dinner. Maybe that's why I'm blubbering on more than usual. Thanks for watching. Bye.